What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Horizon Forbidden West. In the last episode, after finishing up the final salvage contract and taking on an Apex Tide Ripper, we made it back to the base, where we have learned a couple of new things, like how Silence is the one who is outfitting the Sons of Prometheus, and apparently just getting under Aloy's skin even more than he already has. In this episode, we're going to be finally talking to Gaia, who we're going to be returning Demeter to, the last of the 3 sub-functions that we were sent on our way to get. And, well, we'll have to see where this continues from here. I mean, this is kind of important. We're going to freaking save the world now. You'd think I would have hurried back here faster after getting the final sub-function, but I didn't.
I see you have recovered Demeter. With the acquisition of Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter, my heuristic processing density has expanded greatly. I should now be able to absorb Hephaestus, and fortunately, we have made progress on a plan to capture it. With Varl's encouragement, Beta analyzed all available information on Hephaestus. Its expansion has been rampant. It is too large to be beamcast, and the kernel you have been using could never hold it. Therefore, it must be contained in a location with a direct physical connection to me. A place with 2 data cores.
2 cores? Where would we find a place like that?
Gemini.
An abandoned cauldron in the desert west of here. Seismic activity disrupted the original construction. 2 data cores were built as a result.
I know that place. It's near the Desert Clan's capital. We'll have to bring you there by hand.
I have devised a blueprint for a suitable, albeit unwieldy, transport rig. It will require 2 people to carry it to Gemini.
I can help.
Once I am installed on the first core, I will call down Hephaestus on the other, trapping it. I will then initiate the merge. However, in order to construct the rig, I will need considerable help.
Can you build it? I suppose I could, but it's not gonna work. The Zeniths will find you. Minerva won't be able to conceal your location.
That is correct. Absorbing Hephaestus will create a significant power surge, easily detected by anyone capable of noticing.
But what if there were multiple power surges? To fake out the Zeniths? If Erend, Zoe, and Katalo spread out to the other cauldrons and create their own surges, would those conceal the one at Gemini?
Analyzing. Such a tactic might be effective. With Beta's help, we should be able to build a set of handheld pulse generators.
I told you it's not gonna work. I did a test. Hephaestus has written Alva clearance out of its access module. You'll never be able to capture it.
Then we need a higher level of clearance.
There is no higher... Ted Pharaoh's Omega clearance.
The one he used to purge the Apollo database and kill the Alphas.
But to get it, you would have to find Thebes. The private bunker he retreated to when the world ended, and nobody knows where that is, not even the Zeniths. Their only intel was that it was somewhere in San Francisco.
That might be all I need. Alva, the Quen diviner I met, said her people had set up a base at landfall. They were searching for data in San Francisco from there. She might be able to help. So I guess I'm headed all the way west. While I'm gone, will you be able to build the rig and the pulse generators?
I'll try.
I'll make sure she has what she needs.
Alva said the Quen have a ferry on the coast that they use to get to the ruins of San Francisco. That's where I need to go.
Now, real quickly, I'm going to examine the Cyclops
Gaia?
console.
What is this?
It is a control console.
Wait, I'm pretty sure we've already talked to you about this, guy. Why are you telling us?
I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
Huh. So this Cyclops is a network of drones to monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions. I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but the drones aren't connected anymore. I think I can reconnect some of them already. It seems like there are more out there.
Okay, I know for a fact we've done this. I think this, like, a patch, like, may have disrupted this, but we can put a few of these in. In fact, almost all of them. My goodness. Well, why don't we take a look at these really quickly so you can actually see what these drones do, all the drones that we've actually been grabbing up to this point. Now, unfortunately, the actual effect here is a little bit on the slow side. I wish it was faster in how it loaded it. You would think it would be because of the SSD, but you get to actually see the locations of where... you basically get to see the locations for all of the survey drones as you go. So we're going to just kind of move between each of these and take a look at all of them really quickly because it's pretty darn cool, actually. I could have sworn I had already done this, but maybe I'm crazy and I never actually did. But it's really quite awesome watching all of these. What I'll do is I'll actually kind of move my way around the room and just kind of demonstrate the effect of this. And what we'll do is I'll just kind of cut to each and every single one of them because it takes so long to load. So once we go through all of these, then we will head back downstairs.
I like this one. Good choice. Excellent choice.
You know, probably the only thing that's like disappointing about, there's actually a couple of things that are disappointing about these survey drones. These are kind of static images. Like they seem like they might be video feeds, but they're not really. They're just kind of, yeah, just a panoramic image. And what I really hate, probably my least favorite thing about these is once you connect the survey drone, it's like, okay, this would be a cool background, right? You could talk to Gaia in the middle of this. Nope, second you head on down and out of here, it just goes away. And that's it. It's really obnoxious, actually. Really lost potential, in my opinion. They could have done so much more with that, but, oh well. I think maybe in the next game they can do a little bit more with that. With the power of the PS6. No, I'd probably come out before the PS5's done and over with, considering this was an early PS5 game. Katalo, you have a quest for me.
Got a minute?
As many as you need.
I have to travel beyond the western coast.
To the ruins, shrouded in fog.
Yes, and I'm looking for a tribe, the Quen. I encountered them once before. They said they came from across the Great Ocean. I was hoping that Tenakth knew more about them.
There were rumors of trespassers in the area, but we thought they were just bandits. Hikaru sent out a patrol or two, but I don't recall them reporting back. We've had more pressing concerns, as you know. I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you.
It's okay. I guess I'll find out soon enough.
There is something I've been meaning to discuss with you. It's personal. If you have a moment to spare.
You said there was something you wanted to talk about?
I've been speaking with Gaia. She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh to make themselves stronger. I was wondering if you'd help me do the same.
You want to make yourself a new arm?
Yes. Gaia insists she can help me build such a thing if I can get the necessary data and materials. She believes these things lie in the place where Beta hid from the Zeniths.
Their ancient research lab.
I am not as familiar with old world machinery as you are. I could use your assistance.
It might be dangerous. The Zeniths probably still keep an eye on that place. We were lucky to get out of there alive the first time.
I see.
It sounds like this is worth the risk.
By the 10, we shall see it through.
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of look through here and see if there's anything worth talking about.
There's a nest of sunwings that are always up for a fight.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's not trying to kill you?
That would defeat the purpose of the training.
I mean, he's kind of got a point.
What have you been up to?
Varl has asked to learn the differences between my people's clans, so I've been teaching him Tenakth history. It is heavy with blood and death, but also with honorable deeds and vanquished tyrants. Maybe you'd like to hear about it as well, when our mission is done.
I'd be honored. I should get going. I've got a long road ahead.
Should you need reinforcements,
I know who to call. I'll call you when I'm near the Zenith lab. We'll get what you need for that new arm of yours.
thank you, Aloy.
We're definitely going to want to do that soon. What was lost? Okay, I'm going to talk to everybody else really quickly, see what they have to say, if there's anything new for Zovarl and Erend, and then I think we can get a move on, go and see about Care of Salvage Unlimited before this episode is all said and done. So just a little bit more dialogue. Bear with me. I'm just going to let them kind of do their thing. Let's start with, I guess we're going to go around. Let's start with Zoe before we do anything else.
Aloy, I hear you're going further west past the Tenakth clanlands.
Do you know anything about the area?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that lies beyond the western coast. They call it the Isle of Spires. It is said the Old Ones built towers there that touch the sky, so they could live far away from the earth that bore them. As if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day return to it.
Sounds like something Ted Faro would do. How much have you read on Ted Faro?
Enough to wonder how a man who worked so hard to heal the world once could let greed and pride condemn it so easily. For one's spirit to diminish in such a way, I'm not sure if I should hate him or pity him.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
You ever play that board game Erend set up?
Strike? I'm the one who gave it to him. I was hoping it'd distract him enough to spare us that ruckus he calls death metal. No such luck.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the two of us. But then who'd look after Erend?
Well, there's always Katalo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What could go wrong?
What's everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope yet.
It looked like you were working on something over there.
With Gaia now growing in strength, I've been trying to find a way to heal the land gods, even if some people think I should give up on them.
Already said I was sorry.
Your friend thought it'd be a good idea to replace the land gods with new machines when Gaia recovers.
It wasn't.
The land gods have taken care of our people for generations. They are not some broken toy to be thrown away. Even if they are just machines doing their job, to abandon them in their time of suffering seems cruel.
I'm sure Varl understands that too.
He does now. I had to get pretty mad at him at first, though.
You know I can hear you guys, right?
Well, I should get going. Hopefully I can bring back what we need to capture Hephaestus. After that, I'm gonna need everyone's help.
We'll be ready.
Aloy, you're here. Did you meet with the Quen already?
Not yet.
After all the trouble you went through getting those sub-functions, seems unfair you have to deal with these Quen on your own too.
It's safer this way. They think I'm Sobek, or something like that. They won't hurt me, but I doubt they'll be so kind to anyone else.
If you say so. Let me know if you need anything before you go.
How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe and Erend tried to beat each other up.
I might have heard something about that.
Erend made some jokes about the Utaru, called them twigs or something like that. She challenged him to a sparring match. Turns out that Utaru speed is a pretty good match for Oseram brawn. Things ended in a stalemate. Now they spar once in a while to see if they can break it.
Well, let me know how it goes. You better not be slacking off on your studies while I'm gone.
And risk Zoe coming after me? I value my life. In fact, I've been reading about Ted Faro. How he destroyed the world and crawled into a hole after killing those who saved it.
He definitely was a piece of work. If I get Omega clearance and then we grab Hephaestus, we might finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging Thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once. I'll be in touch if I need anything.
We'll be ready. Everyone's been briefed on the pulse generators as well.
Good.
What's this I hear about you going west?
Turns out we need one last thing before we can grab Hephaestus.
Because it would have been too easy otherwise.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels. They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Pretty much. And they have focuses too.
Well, that's just great.
I found out who's running them. A woman named Asera. Does that ring any bells?
Oh no. Remember how Durval had a band of freebooters that retaliated against the Karja? She was one of them. First female tinker in the claim to run her own forge. But when her family got killed in the Red Raids, she went bad. Real bad. I thought she was dead, though. Taken out by one of Murad's guys.
Well, she's not. And she wants revenge against the Karja. We have to find out where she's operating from, and stop her.
Way back, when we first met. You came looking for me in Meridian because you detected Olin's focus with yours, right? And there's a chance Sarah's getting some of her supplies from the claim. The only way she'd get those is if her lackeys smuggled them through Barren Light.
Well, their focuses would make it easier for them to evade guards and patrols.
But if I'm there waiting for them...
You could scan for their focuses. Pick them out from the crowd.
If an Oseram's wearing one of these, they'd have to be a part of that Prometheus group.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I've been known to have those once in a while.
All right. I'll keep tracking her people out west. You let me know if you find anything in Barren Light.
We'll find her. We have to. It's thugs like her who murder my sister.
You should know. Silence is involved with the Sons of Prometheus. He's the one who gave them the override tech to begin with.
Why doesn't that surprise me? That's probably all part of some master plan, huh?
At least we know we're good at wrecking those.
Damn straight.
I need to get going.
I think I know the answer, but are you sure you don't need any help? Gaia mentioned this other tribe you found, the Quen. They sound like a nasty bunch.
I can handle them. In the meantime, Varl will help you get ready for what comes next.
Take care of yourself, Aloy.
All right, lots and lots of talky talk today. I promise that is the extent of it. We're not going to be doing any more. Let's end this episode by finishing off the longest lasting quest in the entire game, Care of Salvage Unlimited. Then we can put these salvage contracts entirely to bed. So let me head on out of here really quickly, and then what we'll do is we'll fast travel all the way to Barren Light and see what we get as a reward for all of this, because I am actually pretty excited about this. I know that was a lot to go over, and there's definitely still more dialogue options we can get out of everybody, but I think we're good for now. We don't really need to listen to absolutely everything they have to say. So, oh, it's, sorry, right in front of Barren Light. Well, let's head off to the campfire and see what Karif has to say. All right, and here we are. Let's talk to Karif and see what our reward is for all of this stuff. Look at all these armor pieces. Hopefully these are actually any good.
I gotta say, these are some good pieces. Each set has great parts, but overall, none of them scream best in the West, you know? But not to worry, I might be able to pull in some favors. Sell these sets instead.
What about the prize?
Well, no one really brought what I asked for, so I'll just keep that and get going.
What?
You've got to be kidding me!
This is unacceptable. After all the work we did?
Not so fast, Karif. You said each set had great parts. So make a set that combines them.
She's right. It'd make the perfect defense against the Forbidden West. A creative and communal endeavor. I approve.
And since everyone came up with part of it, they should all get the shards you promised.
Fine. Then just forge the armor, give it to me, and I'll take it back east.
And let you walk away with our best work? No. Let the Savior of Meridian have it. She'll test it out properly.
Best armor in the Forbidden West. Tested by the Savior of Meridian herself. Not a bad selling point. Okay, you all got yourselves a deal. I'll go get things ready with my business contacts then.
You do that.
Don't go anywhere. This won't take long.
This armor ought to be worthy of the greatest hunter in the Forbidden West.
Thank you. So, what now?
That little spot we found in the desert kinda grew on me. Wouldn't mind sticking around. There's still plenty of salvage to be done out here.
Looks like we're all staying in the West.
I guess I'll be seeing you around then. Thanks again for the armor. You all put a lot into it.
A little bit of an anticlimactic ending, but let's take a look at this last piece of armor we got. Oseram Artificer. All right. Ooh, not bad. So this one seems to be very melee focused. A lot more melee damage, stronger power attack, and faster resonator buildup, which could be really interesting. I think I might end up... I mean, they both are bad in the Frost and Glow Blast department. But this one, I like to have my concentration, but what I think I'll do is I will apply the look. here really quickly so we can at least look at its design. Wow, that is a really freaking good set. Not gonna lie. So one of the best pieces of armor in the entire game. Well, one of the only ways you can get one of the best pieces of armor in the game without actually doing stuff at the arena. So if you are hurting for this, hurting for some really, really good armor, get these salvage contracts done, and here you go. I mean, I think at least getting one of the pieces of armor in the arena is a bit easier, but beyond that, this is a pretty good secondary set. So I think we'll run with this for a little while, and yeah, next episode, guys. I mean, if I do like fights in some of the arenas and whatnot and take on some of the melee pits, this actually might be a pretty good armor set to have, given the amount of damage that it does. But anyways, yeah, we're going to call this an episode, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. So I actually had Katalo message me. He wants me to go to Falls Edge before we make our way all the way west. I don't actually know if there's necessarily a reason for that, so we'll at least check it out to start the episode. But if not, we will continue to make our way a little bit further, see if we can't find Alva. Now, here's the plan, all right? I've obviously left a lot of stuff out here in the Utaru lands and whatnot off to the side. We've got Trebapart, Promontory, Second Verse, Old Growth, In Bloom, all these different ones to work on. But then you notice we have here First to Fly and Tides of Justice. Okay, these two in particular are what I want to be able, I guess I should say, they are basically setting the bar for where I want to be before we start going back through once again and finishing all these quests. So Wings of the Ten is the quest that I am looking for before I am ready to do all of this backtracking. So bear with me. Once we hit that point, then we'll be good to go and finish off the rest of those quests. So guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Horizon Forbidden West very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.